Hello.
Hello.
I don't have anything particularly cool to say. I mean, I could lean on you again.
Hi, this is Dee.
Oh, this is right from Homestuck, Herpetology. Hi.
Herpetology of the Apocalypse, a
Uh,
Homestuck commentary.
There's no right words for right today. We're so sorry. Please try again next time. If that's something you want for Rachel speaking right words. Because she can totally do it. We promise. Hi.
Hi. Well, we could delay this until next week, but that just means pushing up whatever the cool part is that you're looking forward to. So let's just keep rolling.
I think, in fact, it's going to be next episode that we finally get to see it. Yeah.
All right. I have not been reading ahead, so
good.
All right.
But
anyway,
yeah.
Here we are, approximately 2488.
Yes.
Still with Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And all those Smuppets.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the ninja sword. Oh, well, and the swords. And the ninja stars. Okay.
All of these many weapons that should not be inside of this apartment.
Also, today we're doing coffee and chai mix. I'd cheers you, but I think we're going to spill it. So
yeah,
let's just not.
Wait.
Ooh, well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Safety first.
Okay. We ready?
I am.
Okay.
Are you?
If my words can cooperate, then perhaps.
We'll try. Go with it. All right.
We'll pretend it's part of the bit.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So, 2488.
2488.
Or, well, I think we're technically starting on 87 just to have a look at all of the puppets and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Here, all of the puppets and the board and the thing I said, this is a fire hazard, man. Okay. But then 2488, Dave cuts off the puppets or Smuppet nose.
Yes. He says if he's going to see another suggestive image of Smuppets, he says it differently. But if he says he sees some other suggestive Smuppet thing, he's going to fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was ironic because he did not.
It's the same one again. Yeah.
No, I mean okay.
Okay.
Tangent. Samurai swords.
Uh-huh.
The blade comes out of the handle. Mm-hmm. So that, I don't know if that's exactly where that came from, but like you can take the whole metal tang out by basically hitting it bump, bump, bump on your hand in a particular way. Little wood pegs fall out and then it flies off the handle.
Oh.
Because it's all just like a Lego set where you're like, here's the collar bit. This goes in here, and there's a wood pin here and a wood pin here. Bum, bum, bum.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Thank you. So you could like probably smack someone in the face by going like thunk with the handle thing.
Oh yeah, you could hit anybody with any handle, I'm sure. But anyway, fly off the handle. That's, I think, where it comes from, but probably more like axes and things like that.
Oh, okay. Got it. I mostly just was like, this probably counts as a circumcision joke.
I did not see that.
Oh. But he just cut off the tip.
True. Fly off the handle. Oh, forgot. I also, there's an Adam Savage video that I like that features him and samurai swords, so I'm going to give you the link for the comments. It's in my notes right now. But so if you ever want to see Adam Savage geeking out over actual historical samurai swords, and like they get to pop the thing out so you can see it. Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Got it.
All right.
I have that in the notes now.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Next page. Here we get to see the no collisions in actions. Specifically, the nunchucks get bonked with the skateboard. I just was like, already we get to see this will go really weird directions and be like, these words are going to end up so fucking stupid just for like, here, like the whole calling an object something very silly like, this cup is now a optimal liquid holder or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that kind of joke came more popular around this time because of Homestuck or not. It seems like it would be, but I'm not actually sure because I don't know if it was something like you guys would have liked for as a joke.
It's it's an ongoing thing, I think.
Ah, okay. All right. Never mind then.
Definitely Gen X is like, wait, why call something, terrible when heinous will do?
Okay, right.
Okay.
And we talked about already him doing very superfluous weird words in situations that I cannot use apparently myself for like describing things, like when we were talking about Rose and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So having that be the bit.
Right. Yep. It's just an ongoing bit across generations through time. Every other generation is like, that's funny, and the other one's like, you're stupid.
Yep.
Anyway.
Did you have anything to say on this page?
I noted that Dave seems happier with the chaos of inventory popping up and flying all over the place than with trying to come up with the same naming scheme.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, fair enough. He just threw like several ninja stars.
He can dodge whatever flies out at him, but can he come up with, and he can come up with slick rhymes on the fly, but can he actually name things according to his own Sylladex naming, his own Sylladex naming system? No. Okay.
Such is the way of this wacky world, TM. Oh. Yep. Also, it's a little bit interesting. Sorry, going back to this page, I just looked down at the words and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It chooses which words are blue and red at a very odd way. I think that still has to do with the Sylladex, but it just looks a little bit interesting in practice, like wheeled, only the E's are
red. Vowels and consonants.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just being very silly. Got it.
I
just was like, wow, is it every other word? Is it something specific I'm missing here? No, it's the thing.
Yeah, no, it's a minor point later.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have anything till 2491.
Same.
Okay.
Off we go. Which is the battery pack.
Yep.
Oh, that's why it's...
That was it. I'm like, that's why the battery pack, the Y is red in one and it's blue in the other.
Okay. I'm trying to figure
he takes the battery pack, which ends up with the combined value of 8 when Y is used as a vowel, and switch it over to battery pack with Y as a consonant, because that's how computer programmers think. It's fine.
Wackadoodle. Okay.
And I have a bunch of stuff on here, but it's about leetspeak.
Oh, okay. Then I'll talk first because mine's probably shorter.
Okay.
This reminds me a lot of a Eminem interview that I saw about how he does rhyming with words and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you think the word orange, that can't rhyme with anything other than like borange, which sounds like a word that doesn't rail kind of thing. But he was like, no, the way that you do it is with word emphasis, orange, or that kind of thing. In which case, then you have a wide variety of things that you can like emphasis and stuff. And I was like changing the battery pack, and I was like, oh, it clearly must be that kind of thing. He's saying it differently, and that's why. And I was just obviously missed the whole changing the stupid Y thing. But I just was like, well, he's already like known to do rhymes and stuff. That probably counts for him being like knowing how to do this sort of thing.
Mm. You'd think it would, but yeah, not yet. Okay. So, noob. Noob is a word from leetspeak for a newbie.
Mm-hmm.
It's spelled with 2 O's in the middle because it's supposed to be 2 zeros in the middle for N00B for noob, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so leet, the use of symbols and other characters to obscure text. If you want to spell leet in leet, it is often used as 1337. It's also related to algo speak, which is what people use more nowadays, or using euphemisms to avoid being censored on social media algorithms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, Algospeak. That must be something interesting. No, it's the whole.
It's the
Got
hold unalive thing.
Mm-hmm.
and like what a lovely eggplant.
Yeah.
The system of swaps, it's not codified. There are in fact multiple levels of leetspeak, and none of them are consistent because it's people just going, if I write this down, a computer can steal it and use it against us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If it works to communicate and avoid some kind of filters, great. I actually found a system of leet. Okay, so first level of leet is you swap out certain letters consistently with other characters, like 3 for E.
Mm-hmm.
And second level is you start combining letters a bit, and so like a S for 5, and then a parentheses for an L one time, and then a straight uppy downy divider for L a next time.
Oh,
things like
okay.
that. So you vary it so the
Mhm.
computer never gets to learn exactly how to censor what you're doing. Third level is you start using these word swaps for newbie, hacksaw for hacker, things like that.
Mhm.
So there's layers and layers to it, and it gets weirder and weirder until finally, at one point, they were turning words into 6-digit codes and using a hex code color for it, and you had to decrypt it by looking at the hex code.
Okay, I was like, wow, this is going a lot into like conlang territory, or yeah, it's conlang. I was
Yeah, it kind of does get into conlang.
Mhm.
It's a construction language, but it's there to actually obfuscate and
Mhm.
not actually communicate. But that's pretty normal too. One of the functions of slang is to define who's an insider and outsider, and make sure the outsiders can't catch the insiders doing what they're doing.
Mhm.
Right.
I just kind of was hearing you say the whole they're gonna combine words thing, and I was like, oh yeah, so there would be like trying to make the sh sound into something specific, like finding a symbol for that or something, so that it can be simplified that way. That may be a step to the whole hexadecimal thing, but I'm not actually sure. Anyways,
No,
not hexadecimal. Anyways,
yeah. Anyway, emojis may or may not have started out in leetspeak. They're not sure.
Oh.
Like not the iconic emojis, but like the dot dot 3 emojis, because obviously, if you're communicating something in a string of letters, numbers, symbols, and it's not clear what everything is, you can at least go smiley face at the end. So you can at least communicate some kind of tone or something, even though it's very hard to read the words.
I think it's specifically called emoticons for those. Yeah.
Yep. Leetspeak went way back further than I realized. It originated in the 1980s. It marks elite status in a bulletin board system, which gave users access to more stuff, more files, and downloads, things like that. It's credited to the Cult of the Dead Cow Hacker Collective, which is one of the early hacker collectives. And it actually is before the World Wide Web. All of this is happening before the World Wide Web.
Wow.
Okay. The Cult of the Dead Cow Hacker Collective formed a slaughterhouse in Lubbock, Texas called Farm Pack. It was a hangout for a long time. It got burned down in 1996 and then rebuilt, and it was used as a haunted house for a while in the burnt out thing. And then in 2001, it was rebuilt. The grounds surrounding it were converted into the West Texas Canyon Amphitheater and reopened as the Lone Star Amphitheater in 2006. So now it's a music venue.
I think I've actually heard of that.
Yeah. The Cult of the Dead Cow formed the first hacker Usenet group, which is where I kind of am like, oh, Usenet, I get that. Which was sort of a combination between a bulletin board system and very, very early World Wide Web stuff. It was obscure to me. I was a high school senior in an English major, so I don't really remember. I don't know how it works. But they had the first hacker Usenet group, alt.fan.cult-dead-cow. They claim to they were big into the. I don't know that they were actually a part of the Illuminati now that I think about it, but they were big into the same kind of thing where there's a thing in Slack, the Church of the Subgenius and or the Illuminati people, Illuminati trilogy people, where they have an Operation Mindfuck, where you just start announcing complete bullshit in order to decrease the amount of accurate information about any given thing.
Oh, okay.
Russians use it all the time as like a way to drive social media. This is kind of more of a prophylactic thing. It's supposed to protect people from false media by introducing just absolute bullshit ideas and having people be more skeptical. So they claim to have given President Ronald Reagan Alzheimer's with a blowgun. They also declared war on Scientology, saying that L. Ron Hubbard, the founder and fiction writer, was really Heinrich Himmler of the SS, escaped from Nazi Germany.
Okay.
They also made a bunch of music, mostly punk, which you can find on the Internet Archive, and I have a link for that.
Oh, thank God. Yes, I would love to hear that.
It is insane. I was expecting like oh crap, Pigface or something, and I was not disappointed. But it was so early. It was like very, very early. I think they started in like 83 or something, and so they didn't have a lot of the industrial sound that I was thinking about. But it's punk. Okay, so World Wide Web. All of this went down before the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web is just links between databases on independent computers. The proposal for the network was submitted in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee, and then Lee arose before then. The first public bulletin board system was in 1978. So 1978 to 1989 was the reign of the bulletin board system. It was done in Chicago by Ward Christensen and Randy Seuss, spelled like Dr. Seuss.
Okay.
Gamers, being somewhat familiar with the bulletin board system, wanted to look like actual hackers, so they just picked up leetspeak and started using it in group game sessions. So I was like going down that rabbit hole too. Dungeons and Dragons, not as a computer game, started in 1974. The first online adventure computer game was in 1975, Colossal Cave Adventures, the year after that. After that, the first like widely known, widely played game was Zork. That was 1977. It was a popular game that was shared across ARPANET.
Oh, ARPANET, okay.
Yeah, which is a precursor to the World Wide Web, run by the U.S. government as a way of offsetting. Like ARPANET comes from ARPA, which turned into DARPA, which is the powerhouse for like military technology. So people are playing like there's a movie called War Games where the computer asks like, do you want to play a game and like starts World War III because it's an AI and AIs are terribly scary and not brown-nosing suck-ups at all. Anyway, so like the war game scenario was actually pretty fetched, near fetched, I guess. Where like they're playing these fucking D&D games on fucking military computers. Anyway,
great way to get out of work. Yes, I'm doing my job today. Thank you.
The first MUD, multi-user dungeons, so first collaborative game, because people were playing these games, but they weren't playing them online at the same time. Started in 1978 by Roy Trubshaw, and it was just called MUD, M-U-D. And in 1980, it was adapted to let it become the first online multi-user game in the UK on an academic network, this time named Janet. Public use was only allowed from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. and on weekends. So people were gaming together online before the World Wide Web even existed.
That's beautiful and also very silly.
I have a side note for you that I ran into this and I was like, I have to read this down just for you.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay. Side note, Furcadia, an early MMORPG, is a furry game, and B, holds the Guinness World's Record for the longest running MMO. It is still up and running.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll look into that.
Okay, but anyway, something I noticed, there are some elements of Homestuck that very much remind me of early games, or interfaces and art styles and interaction styles with like the muds and mushes that I started out with.
Mm-hmm.
But I really only vaguely remember just very vaguely anything before like gaming in late high school and early college. It was all about listening to my uncle talk about doing this stuff. So I'm like, I vaguely remember this stuff, but it's like a fever dream from when I was 8. Okay, that's what I got. This panel has more stuff zooming around in the background.
Yes. Bro is zooming around. Specifically, he picks up the circumcised Muppet nose to remove it.
Yep.
And in the next panel, he is placing little Cal there. Specifically, I assume, just be like, aha, I switched these two things, kind of thing. Making it look like a rabbit hat or a magician trick, switched it out, or whatever. But I was like thinking about the whole, if he just kind of left it there, he could probably have made the joke about little Cal sitting on the nose kind of thing for another sex joke or something. Anyways, what was that face you were thinking of?
I was like, when he swapped out little Cal, I didn't know. I knew that he put Cal there and he did something, but I didn't see what it was. I was too busy on the whole beat thing. But on the next panel, I noticed him obviously put Cal there, and like he stops and freezes for a second so you can see his silhouette. But when you put him there, it's almost like little Cal has become the angel of dark vengeance. There, you have cut off the nose. I will stare at you in a creepy fashion. I am one of the Furies. Aww. Okay.
I also made a comment about how it's so nice for Bro to be just like, yeah, I'm just going to stop here specifically for a frame here, just so that the readers can see me finally.
He's like the father on Kids Next Door, only a younger douchebag from back in the day.
I got a link Father Next Door for that. Father Kids
Next Door.
Kids Next Door. Yep, you're right. Anyways.
Oh man. So I have a friend, you can probably guess who this is.
Okay.
But he lost a lot of weight recently. And he used to look like number 2 from Kids Next Door, and now he doesn't. He looks like Jason Pargin. And so I'm still kind of like, every time I think about Kids Next Door, I'm like, oh man, I'm glad he's taking care of his health, blah blah blah. But like now he no longer looks like Hoagie.
He no longer looks like Nervo. It's so sad. Anyways,
yep.
We're very silly people, apparently.
All right.
Next page, Dave jumps away from little Cal. He's got a little exclamation mark. He reminds me of that whole thing of where you put the zucchini next to a cat and they're like, ah! I'm not wrong.
That's awesome.
Anything you wanted to say for this?
I thought it was kind of odd. Like, he flinches, and it's almost like a performative flinch because he doesn't flash. Like, he can go really fast, and he doesn't draw his sword and like chop Cal down. So he stops early enough, and he's startled, but he's not startled enough to like do the ninja thing. Yeah.
But as I said, cat stick.
Yep.
Anyways, my next thing is on 95. You?
Okay. I have 94.
Okay.
Dave takes himself through the bullshit narrative that his brother has implanted in him, which is, it's just little Cal again. You can never stay mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's abuse talk right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm once again talking about cognitive dissonance. I actually looked it up so that I had a clear definition this time.
Mm-hmm.
A mental phenomenon in which people unknowingly or subconsciously hold fundamentally conflicting cognitions, as in thoughts. Being confronted by situations that create this dissonance or highlight these inconsistencies motivates change in their cognitions or actions to reduce this dissonance, maybe by changing a belief, by explaining something away, or by taking actions that reduce perceived inconsistency. So, like, every time he runs into the idea that little Cal is creepy as fuck, like, he can express it now, but he also, like, his brother is moving things around. So his brother increases the threat level, and Dave falls back into saying the thing that is safe to say and thinking the thing that is safe to think, even though it is a fucking lie.
Mm. We just saw him literally cut off a Smuppet's nose because he was creeped the fuck out by it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a thing in there about this hunger is so ill-mannered it would make a room full of snooty dowagers commit mass suicide. I'm like, that sounds familiar. I mean, I tried to look it up, and all over the place it was like, oh yes, Hussey is always using hyperbolic language of this sort, and I'm like, yeah, but it sounds like something familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't quite find it. The closest I could get was something called The Exterminating Angel, which is a classic film by Louis Buñuel, who did, I'm trying to think what the name of that, I forgot. I'm like, surely I will remember this. Did not write it down. He did a bunch of early surrealist films with Salvador Dali.
Mm.
And there's one famous one that has one of the most disturbing things you'll ever see, which he takes a straight razor and draws it across a guy's eye, and like the viscous fluid rolls out. It's a sheep's eye. It's a stunt, but nobody can forget that freaking image. Like, it is like, why not call the movie the creepy thing with the eye? But he also did a bunch of other stuff, and this one is about some middle class bougie people who are trapped in a room in kind of like a mini mansion during a dinner party, and they can't get out. Like, they're in this room. They can't leave the room. They can go into closets that are adjoining the room, but they can't actually leave the room, and they don't know why they can't leave the room.
Okay.
Somebody else, like a servant, comes in later with like coffee or something in the morning, and then he can't get out either. There's no wall, there's no force field, there's nothing there. They just can't get out. And everyone gets increasingly ruder and ruder to each other. And finally, two of the younger people, a young couple that just got married, they locked themselves in a closet and killed themselves. And I was like, that's probably not what I was thinking of, but man, that sounds familiar. So I think that's like a whole framework there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying that it's a reflection on the middle class. I want to say in like Spain at the time, because Salvador Dali was Spanish. I think Buñuel was too. I just don't remember. But like, this was right after World War II, and they got out of World War II, and all the bourgeoisie that was kind of on the side of the fascist dictators, Mussolini, they were like, oh yeah, it's fine. We deplored all of this stuff. We just, it just happened. And so they kind of locked themselves in place and couldn't get out of the situation that they dug themselves into. So the room is supposed to symbolize, or according to some theories, is supposed to symbolize the social structure of going, we are the middle class. We value that more than human decency. But also, because we are middle class and value that status more than we value human decency, we can't get out. We can't change. We have to cling to whatever gives us wealth and status of a very banal, middling sort. Mm. So it's kind of a secretly in hell meme. Mm-hmm. But Buñuel left things purposely vague because he wanted it to be a movie that lasted, and that made people go, it's whatever pattern is closest to me that is like this. So it's a absurdist symbolic play. Mm-hmm. with no real symbol attached to it, so that you can pour into it whatever trauma you've got.
God, that reminds me of another play I think I mentioned on here. It was a while back. It's the one that was people inside of an apartment trying to get up to a higher level of the apartment because the floor belows were being like flooded with water or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. It just was like, oh yes, this same idea of I'm not going to really explain this so that it can be relevant to whatever. Yeah.
The recent movie Parasite was like that too. I know you didn't watch it, but there's a scene where there's a wealthy family. There is a family of servants that serves the wealthy family, and then there's a lower class family.
Mm-hmm.
And the lower class family cons their way into the upper class family's stuff. In there, the lower class family, you see their basement apartment. It's a half basement apartment, and there's a huge rainstorm. Water starts pouring in, and like the water level keeps rising and rising and rising.
Mm-hmm.
And inside this apartment, everything is so inconveniently placed that most of them, I think, end up in the bathroom because the toilet is actually at ground level, so it has to be built up on a tile dais, and you have to climb up to it, because otherwise if it were lower, it would continuously be chucking out sewage. Yeah. Because of the water pressure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very primitive toilet, apparently. There's no backflow control. So I think that sort of thing, being trapped in the room as a symbol of social issue, has worked its way into things, and that's probably why it sounds familiar from like 11 different directions.
Yeah.
But of course, me, I go secretly now.
I've also been reading something called I got dropped into a ghost story, but I still have to go to work. It's a
That's awesome.
It's a Korean web novel, as you can probably tell.
Sure.
It's kind of based off of SCP stuff. So I will send that over to you as well. Put it in the description.
Okay. Yeah, because that sounds like it's my jam. I really like stuff where everybody is super cheerful and it is a bad idea. Like, as you know, Bob, because you dragged me through Madoka Magica, or Magica Madoka, Sis Puella Magica Madoka. And of course, like Boogie Pop and things like that.
Go to work. Thank you. It's a long ass name.
I know. I was like, okay, I'm out of things to say now.
Anyways, because it's vague, very SCP like, as in, hey, here is a story that was made on a wiki and it connects to this whole database of things by being, here is something that needs to be contained or dealt with in some way. That isn't necessarily how this goes for this or the story directly, but it's got a very episodic nature and stuff.
Okay. Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one of them is, it reminds me a hell of a lot of Clue. It's basically, hey, there's cabin in the middle of the woods, bunch of people inside of it. We're gonna be like, hey, if you do XYZ, you'll get an inheritance kind of thing. But secretly, we've tracked you all here because there's now been a landslide, and so your vehicles have all been destroyed. And if you go outside,
trapped in a room. Okay, got it.
But it reminded me a lot of Clue, the Tim Curry movie, not the board game, but it did remind me of the board game. But specifically the movie. But it also reminded me of oh fuck, I forgot the name. No. Damn. All right, that's gone. Never mind.
Okay. Well, hopefully you'll remember it somewhere and drop it in the comments.
Or
as I'm rambling on, as I tend to do, you'll like dissociate and like, oh yeah, or just shit, it's that one thing.
Anyways, yes, it reminds me of the whole being trapped in a room thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll just go with that.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
This is Herpetology of the Apocalypse.
I warned you. I warned you at the beginning. This is going to be what happened today.
A dork companion.
Yes.
Adorkable. All right. Anyway, next page.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My next thing is on 95.
I think this is where the caffeine has definitely kicked in.
Oh, yeah. Next page is 95. Yeah.
Okay.
This is when the fridge is opened. Yes.
It is full of swords.
Yes. I am not going to look up those swords.
I tried and I was like, is that the scissors from Kill la Kill? But I don't think so.
I don't think Kill la Kill came out at this time.
Yeah, I don't
think
know.
there's like a gun sword in here as well, because there's like the pistol of a barrel or a anyways. So the thing I actually focused on here, other than these swords, is him saying, "Oh God, more shitty swords." So that I think that does prove my whole bro just got all of these goddamn swords at like a garage sale kind of thing. And B, the swords themselves are not included in the trying to avoid thinking about them thing, because he does acknowledge here that there's so many goddamn shitty swords and stuff. Mm-hmm. Or at the very minimum, he acknowledges these ones are shitty as well.
I think it's intermittent. One of the things that one of the mindfucks that happens with like that kind of abuse is it's not consistent. Because all you need, you end up getting addicted to gambling not because you win every time, but because you don't. You get up being controlled by emotional abuse not because they abuse you every time, but because they don't. And so you feel like maybe if I blow on my button pushing finger 3 times every time I push the button, I'll win more money. Maybe if I just am super polite and really good and I'm a super solid person, I do everything perfectly, this time they won't hurt me. Yeah, they won't tear me down. This time they'll pay attention.
Yeah.
So it's an intermittent brainwashing thing.
Yeah. Something else I wanted to notice, specifically dealing with abuse stuff. He says that he has to hide all of his food or beverages inside of his closet, which we first saw that with the whole apple juice in the closet thing.
Yeah. Oh shit, that recontextualized the whole piss thing.
So I was like, wow, how often does bro go into your room to look for food to steal from you that you have to hide it specifically in the closet? He probably knows it's in the closet either way, kind of thing. But if he's going into your room often enough that you can't hide it in, say, a mini fridge or something in there, there's pretend respect. He's not going into your closet kind of thing, because that's where you can hide food kind of thing. Except we see with the whole pissing in the bottle thing, and you're like, oh God, what if he actually did it? What if he finally crossed that boundary kind of thing?
It's if Dave thinks it's the sort of thing that is possible that his brother might do,
that boundary has already been crossed.
Yeah, whether or not he's ever done it, he knows on a level what's going on with his bro.
Sorry, this is apparently turned into the abuse episode. But really, this is the abuse episode for a reason.
Okay. I'm like, please tell me. Yeah, one of the things that kept coming to you was like, please tell me we don't have to stick with this whole bro thing the whole way through. Like, intermittently, fine, great. It's a theme that we weave in and out. But like, oh God. All right.
There will be other things other than abuse with Dave.
Okay.
And this is minor spoiler, if you're all right with that.
Very minor, yes.
Yes. Eventually, bro will fuck off from the area.
Okay, good. Yes, I can stand in on that. Thank you.
Yes.
Because, yeah, having the sequences with Dave, I want to be able to enjoy them, but man, like the context is horrific. Like, I get the stuff with the mom and Rose is going to be bad,
Mm-hmm.
and I might get triggery on that. But this, I'm just like, I need to stop and walk away and come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You okay to keep going?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I've already done my ponder this, walk away. Ponder this, walk away.
True, but I'll probably keep pointing at things. You'll be like, oh, like with the whole apple juice thing.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Then continuing on. Or
I
did
am
you have
a-
anything else you wanted to say?
I
on
am a
this page?
stubborn ass bitch. So we're doing it.
Yes.
Okay.
Anything
Nope.
else? No. Okay.
Nope.
Then we're on 95. My next thing is 97.
Go for it.
Okay.
I have a little bit, but not much.
Yay. 97 is where Dave presses the ice cube crusher to release, or sorry, dispense several cherry bombs. I was like, oh, cherry bombs. Yeah, I've heard about those before. And they vague, like, this has been mentioned on cartoons kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to look them actually up. They are illegal fireworks. I just thought they were like an actual bomb thing in the way of, smoke bomb, except a level up kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they're fireworks. I was like, oh, okay. But obviously illegal. They were made illegal in the 60s, and they kind of look like actual cherries. They look like this.
I actually have seen them.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Hey, they look like that.
I mean, I'm not that old. I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, my uncles had stashed a bunch.
Uh-huh. Okay.
My dad's side of the family is very pro shoot things, blow things up.
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys, and so I've seen them. I haven't actually seen one lit because they were like, "You don't deserve that," But I looked up the firecrackers that were in them. The I forget what number it is, but the M1s or whatever it is in there, and they're like that big around. Like normal firecrackers are like this, and they're like that big around, and they're full of gunpowder.
Uh-huh.
So
like a gram of flash powder, and the legal size would be 130 milligrams, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then, so there are smoke bombs that look like cherry bombs, and that was what we had from time to time when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. But then I think they may have like stopped making those because people were swatting were like he cherry bomb, and then you wouldn't know because none of them were safe.
Yes, I think I've seen the smoke bomb variant be used on like TV shows or cartoon shows of like the whole and it looks like a smoke bomb, that kind of thing. But they were very specifically red, and I was like, oh damn, I should really look that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Cartoon cherry bombs.
Yeah, the fun part is you light them and the mold, it's got like a sort of like a ring around it, like a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop. Mm-hmm. So it's got a ridge on the outside. So the thing never quite rolls straight, and it never sits up straight. It rolls. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you light it, the lighting is just enough force to tip it slightly on its side. So it's got stuck on the lip of the little ring on it, and it would just go round and round and round because that's just what they do. And then, of course, they would scatter the smoke out further.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to play with the actual cherry bombs.
Good.
Yeah.
Side note, there is a character in one of the one of the Hell of a Boss, not Hell of a Boss.
Is it Casbin Hotel?
Yes, thank you.
I struggle with that sometimes too.
Yeah. I always think Hell of a Boss first, even though I don't actually like watching the Hell of a Boss one.
I've never seen Hell of a Boss, and yet that's the title that I remember. I agree.
Anyways, Has-Been Hotel. One of the characters in there, her name is Cherry Bomb. I mostly know her from the music video Addict in that one. Mm. I think that was made before the Amazon TV show was done. Okay. Yeah. I can send that over to you if you'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. We can drop that in the links too.
Will do.
Apparently weird links are half the fun.
Yes. Cherry Bomb music video. But past the illegal fireworks, there are lots of people who are like, yeah, I'm just going to make a food based off of that name because why not?
Okay, you've gone way past me on this one. Go for it.
So a lot of it, I don't have pictures, sorry.
Okay.
A lot of the things that I saw were using Mary Chano, fucking, the cherries you use on ice cream things.
Maraschino.
Yes, maraschino. Maraschino cherries. But they were like, yes, we can do this in two paths. One, make this alcoholic and put it in things. The one of the things for ingredients involves the cherries, vodka, white chocolate melted on there, and blue standing sugar, so it looked like some kind of 4th of July thing. The other path went down the rabbit hole of making it into some kind of baked good kind of thing. It looks a lot like coconuts bakery things that look like like hedgehog. Yeah, whatever those are called.
Yeah, I don't know, but rolled in coconut.
Yes, it does have coconut in there, but it's mostly just there is a cherry surrounded by a pastry on the outside, and you go nom 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 nom.
Okay.
I have links to both of those if you want to see them for later, or I make them for you or something. But I don't know if I really want
my
to.
brain is up. I'm like, cherry bomb is a liqueur. Oh, what could I do with that?
All right, I'll poke you on that.
All right.
And my next thing is on the next page if you want to, or 98 actually. Cherry bomb. Do you have anything to say yourself?
On cherry bomb. On 98?
Yeah, or anything you like before 98.
Nope. I said everything that I had. You covered it better.
Okay.
This happens. 24.98.
98. We get to see little Cal staring at Dave in the reflected mirror of the fridge, and there is a meme that I had mentioned to the while looking at that page because I looked over and she was on that page and I laughed and I had to show her a thing. There's an old Tumblr meme, Tumblr post that became a meme called "When Will MCR Return from the War?" And it's someone looking sadly at a reflected window, and you can see her, and then she has to duck down because someone saw her neighbor saw her, kind of thing. I have a screenshot of that. It'll be in the notes, but you will see like people recreating that, like with dogs. You have the dog version. Just was like, so that's why I laughed as well.
Okay, so like there's, I think it's one of the Kermit ones. Like there's a relatively new Kermit meme that's Kermit reflecting in the glass. Is that based on that?
Reflecting on the glass.
Like I don't know. I'd have to. The next time you ramble, I can look it up, but I can't do it now.
Okay. Well, I will at least note it in the notes. Kermit glass meme. Okay. Anyways,
Kermit wrong way meme.
Oh my god, I've been misspelling my words while typing a lot recently, enough to the point of where, like last night, I was typing on my phone to just write words, and I just was like, I'm going to throw my fucking phone if I mistype another word here. I didn't, obviously, but I just was like, murder. Just words, man. I can't speak them and I can't type them. What can I do with them? I can throw them out the window.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like, I've seen this one, but there's other ones where he's actually reflected in there. There we go. Here's one. This one is, it's funny because it's like he's Kermit on one side and
Venom Kermit on the other side. But it might be related to that, but I don't think
it's a direct. It's not like a direct thing. Okay.
Yeah. It may be here is Kevin Bacon levels of meme.
Oh, okay. That's nice. For me, I went, the reflected in the fridge thing, that's got to be a meme for a horror movie. So I looked it up, and it's not a meme for a horror movie. It is an entire syntax of memes for horror movies. Like here are Here is a list of 20 memes starting with the letter A related to horror movies and reflections.
Okay.
It was such a huge list. I was like,
Wow.
okay, it's a meme. Got it. It's a trope.
Yes.
Bona fide.
Wackadoodle. All right.
Apparently, self-perception is a difficult concept that horror movies struggle with regularly. Okay. Anyway.
Self-perception. Okay, sorry. I thought that was dealing with the trope of it's behind you kind of thing rather than self-perception.
Oh, that's it. That's part of it too.
Oh.
But like, one, there's stuff that's literally behind you. Two, there's like I'm holding something and I turn it slightly and it's reflecting somebody else, like a knife or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Three, there's like I am looking in the mirror and like the Kermit thing, my self-perception is distorted. I don't know how much of this to say, but there was a long period where I'd look in the mirror and I wouldn't see my own face. I'd see somebody else's, not literally their face, but just the resemblance was so strong that I didn't know how I differed from that person.
Same. I had that with that one guy who everyone said I was their sibling or his sibling, and I was like, oh god, that's not my face. Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In horror movies wrestle with issues of self-perception. Mirrors tend to go with them. I don't know if I think the reflection is meant to be over Dave's shoulder, but also it could be like a self-reflection thing too, where you go like, I don't know where Lil Cal stops and I start, or I don't know where Bro stops and I start.
Yeah, especially since assumedly Bro is holding up the puppet to be reflected in the mirror and stuff.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting him on something, but
because we don't see both their faces, we just see one face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan, that there's some things that could be assumed from that, which I'm not going to poke right now. Yes.
The trauma episode. You should put that on the thing. The trauma episode.
God. Okay, fine. I'll put it in there. The trauma. My next thing is on the next page, and it is a small thing.
Okay.
It's another little mark on Dave's head, except this time it's a question mark.
So what happens is Cal goes from behind him from the reflection to on top of the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give context for people who are listening and watching.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the rush of movement by Bro here, but we also don't get to see the top of the fridge until the second panel of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That same sort of trick I think happened with the whole Saw comic on the door. It was like, I don't know if Bro put that there while we weren't looking or not. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Who knew? Here's the small thing that's been moved to make sure that you know that your space is not safe. Yeah.
Anyways. My next thing is 501.
2500. I have 2 things for that.
Have at it.
Okay. Dave takes the cherry bombs, hits a conflict, and renames them as spherical salutes, which is a known alternate name for cherry bombs.
Oh, okay.
So that was just like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, as the Silodex conflicts were going on, I went, I wonder if Dave is learning how to avoid conflicts in his Silodex the same way that Rose learned how to use the Asperb controller, and that eventually he will be able to do cool things with naming and renaming things that modify the thing itself necessary. Like, and not just going, here's a wacky name, I'm going to put it in a different place. But now that I have wackily renamed it, it is essentially not quite the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So, that sounds interesting. That would be an interesting way to level up that kind of thing, to be able to have more knowledge on it. Would also like to say, once again, poking on the whole trauma thing, this whole Silodex thing of avoiding conflicts and having a specific measure of avoiding conflicts. We were just mentioning it, and I was like,
oh, that is on the nose. That's brilliant. Well done.
Thank you. Damn, my poor lipstick is getting all over the goddamn place.
You're fine.
No, I mean, it's all over my poor cup. Now it's on my hand. It's going to get everywhere, as well as the other places. Terrible.
Just remember this. If you go to kill somebody, you're always going to leave traces, and you're always going to pick up traces of the places you've been.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you go, everything you do. First thing you need to know. As a detective that is trying to stop murders, yes.
Yeah. I play a lot of, like, not the game crime scene cleanup. That's a different thing. I play viscera cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
That involves basically being a janitor after a disaster has occurred. Like, oh no, the alien has gotten out and murdered everyone. So I get to see all of the blood splatters and all that kind of thing. I don't necessarily do the same thing as I would in the game called crime scene cleaner, which is being like, wait, there is secret DNA here that I must remove or whatever. But I'm like, yes, I'm very, very aware of the whole, I'm just going to leave shit all over the goddamn place. Me especially, I say, looking at my hand again.
Okay.
Anyways, thanks. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay. Then 501. Here I was just like, Dave, why are you picking up all of these things at this point? He mentioned previously about being like, yes, I'm going to pick up all the things, and it was vaguely reminded me of point and click things and stuff, but this is not a point and click. But I was like, he's specifically cleaning things up that someone else has made as a mess. Yes, he was involved in it, but he was not the originator of that mess. I think this is something Dave usually has to do, and he's just gone into automatic mode on that. Sorry, yes, another thing of the whole trauma thing.
Yeah. 100% hadn't been thinking about that, but as soon as you said, ugh, yep.
Anyways.
Wait, my area is not spit spot clean. It's time to freak out because of the whole intermittent brainwashing thing. Maybe if it's perfect, today will go better. Yeah.
That's what I had on that page. Anything you wanted to say?
Nope, not extra.
Okay. Then the next page, 2502, where Dave puts a firework down the garbage disposal and just lets it run. I was like, I hope this means that the fireworks were fake. And like just made out of wax and be like, haha, spooky fireworks or whatever, but yeah.
You know better.
I know.
I know better. We both know better.
Would also like to say, wow, their garbage disposal is a little bit real powerful there, and also probably you usually like have water running or something, but I don't actually see a faucet to run water at all with this sink. So, God, their fucking thing is so goddamn weird. Okay, that's what I had to say on that. I have one on the next page.
Go for it.
Okay. 2503, the purple Smuppet is stuffed down the garbage drain. He specifically calls the Smuppet Mr. Purple Guy. Purple Guy used to be what we called the antagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's before we actually got to learn his name.
Oh, okay.
Yes. This is because in the Easter eggs and all that kind of thing, well, Easter eggs, things that were put into the lore eventually, he was put as a purple sprite. Whenever he was shown on there were multiple purple guys be like, yes, I'm going to wander through this arcade game and be like, oh yes, I'm stuffing kids into the bodysuits or whatever. You would be controlling a purple guy to do this kind of thing, instead of the regular human colors that you would see with the other characters. So he became pretty famous eventually because everyone likes a serial killer kind of thing in a game. And so they Tumblr hot guyified Mr. Purple Guy, named him Vincent, and he is a well-known Tumblr sexy guy back in the 2010s.
Okay.
This is before he
For
became.
context, Ray has been ranting about actual reasonably attractive people being voted up in the ranks of the
Tumblr sexy guy.
Tumblr 2026 sexy guy contest.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's not included in this, by the way. He's not on there.
No, that's good. That's really good. But that's valuable context because I'm like, ha ha ha, you're like Markiplier can't be on this list.
Mm-hmm.
He looks okay. This is wrong. Oh, okay. So Mr. Purple Guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was on. Yeah.
As well as another famous one, the human twinkified version of Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls.
Yep. That one I remember because you mentioned it, and like at the time when we were watching Gravity Falls, I was like,
what?
But it's been several years since then, and so my facility with all things Tumblr, if not native, at least is enough to be able to smile and nod and not just be like, the fuck is going on here?
Something else to note with that.
What?
Specifically Gravity Falls and Tumblr sexy guys. Both Grunkle Stan and Uncle Ford or Grunkle Ford are both currently on the 2026 Tumblr sexy man things. I don't know if either of them have been voted off at this point.
They're like, it's twins. It's hot.
Yeah. No, they're separate things. They're both in their own separate sections to eventually.
Well, that's a missed opportunity.
I know. However, I think people were secretly hoping that they would be like eventually fighting each other for the thing. And that's why it was separated. Both Sans and Papyrus had their own separate things as well, but they're not twins, so that joke wouldn't have landed as well. Anyways, something else of note, there are 2 separate dating games involving Gravity Falls. Can you guess which characters you can date?
All of them?
No.
No. What?
Okay. We have one for Bill Cipher, specifically as a triangle.
Okay.
And the other is the, as mentioned, Grunkle Ford and Grunkle Stan. You can date both, one of them, or neither. And they're both 2 separate games that they're like, yep, we need to date either the hot old man or the triangle. There is no one else. There's no one other than those options that you can date for either of those.
Is like Chuck Tingle involved with the Cipher thing?
No.
Okay. It's like, God, that sounds like the personification of wait a minute.
I'm so sorry. But no.
All right.
There's further things I could babble about Gravity Falls here, but it's not that's another degrees of Kevin Bacon thing that would not be relevant to actual Homestuck, so I'm going to leave it there.
Okay, but Mr. Purple Guy, no idea. I had no idea. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I could probably look up the
Vince. Wait. Focus.
Oh.
Focus. Wait. 2504. You can look up stuff later. If you need to write notes now, go ahead.
Okay. Will do. You talk.
Okay, 2504. Billy the Puppet's head gets tossed into the garbage disposal, and but you suffer an unfortunate garbage disposal head gem, and there is the very, very faint image of a puzzle piece reflected in the sink, another mirror reflection, and says "Hello, Dave" backwards in the sink if you zoom in.
Oh, God. Yeah, it mentioned that for being able to see it, but I just was not seeing it, but now I finally get to see it.
Yep. I just went like, what is that? And then, hey, wait a minute, that is supposed to be there. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah, I was on the PC, so I couldn't zoom in very well. I was like, whatever. Okay. And do you have anything else for that page?
No, it was me mentioning that the garbage disposal is too damn powerful for what it is. Specifically, it should not be that powerful in a fucking apartment.
I think they all used to be like that.
Yeah.
Like people used to stick chicken bones down them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like regularly.
Wild. All
Really?
right. That's why there's like the whole horror movie thing of, oh, I'm just gonna stick my hand down there kind of thing. Okay, because it really would have just fucked up your hand like that.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Uh, my next thing is, oh, I guess it is this page. All right.
What?
It's talking about the whole crawl space thing.
Oh, 2505?
Yeah. Okay. This page. Where we get to finally see the jigsaw puzzle on there. And I was like, oh, of course, it's the whole jigsaw movie, jigsaw puzzle, blah, blah, blah. The first time I had read this, I had not realized that. So it was a whole smack in the face thing. Oh, God damn it. How did I miss that kind of thing? But the whole crawl space thing, I was like, there better be a bunch of shit shoved up there already kind of thing. I mean, in the way of, if you're gonna hoard, do it consistently, you asshole. Yeah, that kind of thing.
So, he goes, you know, he's being ironic with these weird mind games. There's no way anyone could be serious about aping these shitty movies. I went, the Saw movies? Because my association with Hello Dave is so strong with 2001: A Space Odyssey that I was like, why would you put Hello Dave on a puzzle piece? This makes no sense to me. Anyway, there's a computer. It talks in a monotone, and it mostly talks to the character named Dave Bowman, who actually survives most of the gruesome incidents of 2001.
You know, I've never actually watched Space Odyssey.
I don't know if I want to watch that with you. It's a good movie. It's worth watching, but
it's one of those you watch it once you're good.
Pretty much. Some people really, really love it. It's the same director that did The Shining, the Stephen King horror movie about the Overlook Hotel in Colorado, right? Which I don't think you've also watched. Or you also have not watched.
I've seen everyone mention it, but I have not watched it.
He also did Eyes Wide Shut, which actually that was my favorite of his movies of all the dumb things. I don't know why, other than I just was very pleased with the whole, here's one character who's like, you thought about cheating on me? Well, that is completely balanced by the entire rest of the film, which is a complete chaotic nut house of possibly Jeffrey Epstein references.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And there's talk that Kubrick died kind of right after this and never saw it get published. And they're like, well, shit, he might have gotten too close. There was a bunch of heavy editing at the last minute to get some stuff removed. But it's about a secret society that the guy is pissed off at that his wife had sexual feelings for someone else and danced with him. And that was as far as it went. And he's like, goes off and gets involved in a secret society accidentally. And like, there's murders and orgies and weird fucking masks everywhere. It's like being in the Venice of the Cask of Amontillado type stuff. So I just particularly like the imbalance there. He also did the AI movie with the little kid who was in the Sixth Sense. And so the little kid was this very innocent AI in a dystopian world. I guess you haven't seen that either.
No,
I don't think you have even seen a single Kubrick movie.
There's
but I don't want to rewatch any of them.
That's fine. Horror movie that I just remembered because you were talking about the whole mask thing, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of a body horror movie that I had like vaguely know of because they were talking, a YouTube video was talking about how we love this special effects thing for this. It's basically a bunch of rich people, and eventually they start melting together and to become a giant gooky horde or something, and they would talk or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I really want to show you just so you can see the special effects on that, or not special effects, the puppetry or whatever. Oh, I think I remember who I watched that video from. Nice.
Okay.
Anyways, but just was like, wow, that reminds me of this other thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in my wheelhouse. I don't know if I want to watch it,
No.
but I definitely want to know it exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to say on this page.
Nope, me neither.
Okay. 56.
2506. Yep.
Okay. Dave uses the turntables and other such that were stacked in the corner that I was calling a fire hazard into a fort, and I was like, "Oh, hey, problem sleuth reference."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That was mostly what I had on that. You?
It's a terrible fort. Bro would not actually be happy the way that Dave says he'd be happy at making such an awesome fort. It is not an awesome fort. It's a terrible fort.
And also, it's made out of equipment that you're standing on.
I know. Bro would not be happy with that. Also, 3, Big Brother is watching you. Mm-hmm. And like he must know on some level that his brother is in the room with him.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I just was like, that is super creepy. We're engaging with the false narrative of bro likes you.
Mm-hmm. Mentioned this already last episode, I think, with the whole Big Brother house thing with the jigsaw puzzle. Yeah. Or not jigsaw puzzle. The jigsaw head being a camera thing.
Yep.
But we get to see this even more as the time goes on, I guess. Or, no, I mean, I don't know if we will see like more cameras or anything. I just was like, you're talking about that. Mm-hmm. Get to see that more. Okay. Anything else on this page?
Nope.
Okay. My next thing is 511.
Okay.
Because currently we have the sequence of puppets falling down from the
Yep. Okay. Yeah. There's a sequence of Dave opens up the hatch to the crawl space. Smuts falls out. Dave is horrified and disgusted. We get to see on 2511. I'm going to go. Mm-hmm. There's a battering on the inside of the panel with a note. We'll see the note later. On that page, we get to have the other side of the same discussion with Rose, where the Emily Dickinson weird poem is in there.
Yeah.
About Smuppet bums. Mm-hmm. That's all I have for that.
One wanted to make note, yes, we finally get to see Dave's version of this conversation, which I want to mention later. Mm-hmm. And 2, finally getting to this point of where we get to see Dave's side of the conversation. It feels a lot less silly now that we're like,
yes,
yeah,
it is totally recontextualizes things. You're like,
mm-hmm. And the whole, let's hope there will be a squishy derriere somewhere to break your fall kind of thing. And I was like, oh,
Rose, if you knew the ick that was involved, well, you're kind of a broken person right now, so mm-hmm. maybe you'd still say the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Maybe you would say slightly worse.
Who knows?
That's what I wanted to know on that page. Next page.
2512?
Yeah. This is the note you were mentioning earlier with the battering.
Yep. The note says, bro, roof, now, bring Cal. That's in black text. Below that, we're doing it, man. We're making this happen. And it shifts into Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff spelling mode, mm-hmm. or non-spelling mode.
Yeah. First, would like also to note that there are 2 different fonts for the Bro Roof Now bit and the because the
first one's Times New Roman-ish, and the second one is Comic Sans.
Yes. Just was like, if this was a normal relationship, I would be like, oh wow, that's kind of fun that he's using like references to the comic that he makes, kind of thing. But this is not a normal relationship. I'm just like, this feels like a weird power play now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that is mostly what I wanted to note on that.
Okay.
My next thing is 14.
On 2513, Dave slashes his way out of the pile of Smuppets, and he gets an instruction from the narrator-ish, whatever that is, to be the other guy. Mm-hmm. And so he switches over to John, and I went, okay, so was this an instruction to Dave? I don't think it was an instruction to Dave. It was an instruction to the game itself. Be the other guy. Like, it doesn't really make sense. There's no sense in which that is an accurate, like, if you go, okay, so if it's a narrator talking to the game itself, you wouldn't say that. If it were a narrator talking to any of the characters, you wouldn't say that. If it were a player talking to any of the characters, you wouldn't say that. There's like no way that makes sense, but it does refer back to the game.
Yeah, because let's say you're playing my most notable version I've seen of that is in the Lego games, of where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have two characters on screen. One is Batman, the other is Robin. I want to be specifically Robin for this situation. You just switch characters, be the other guy, kind of thing.
Right. So that's the action, that's the movement, but you can't actually say that in any context and have it make a full sense.
Exactly.
Which I'm like,
weird.
Okay, so the whole narrator thing gets another layer of fucking weird. Okay. Carry on.
Yes. So now we get to see John is now upstairs. He was previously downstairs. He is currently in his bedroom with all of the dolls and stuff. So we see whenever we go to Dave, time goes a little bit backwards to catch up. Meanwhile, all of John's stuff is we're going to be him in the moment. We could say things about how he is as a protagonist, be like, yes, he's very straightforward, and we're going to just see the now thing whenever we are with him. But Dave has to be a little bit backtracking to be able to go back to where he's now, so he needs context for his situations. You could see that as how they think, but I also wanted to note specifically, it's a very protagonist thing. Or I guess here is a thing that is going to continue onwards. He is the anchor point for what we're actually doing in this situation. Everyone else can be, yes, I'll go backwards in time just so I can look at things. Like with Rose, we got to see a way far back thing. But anytime we go back to John, we have to be in the current now so that we can actually understand what's going on, and this story gets to continue forward.
Okay.
Just was like, I know that kind of thing.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And we know he's the main character because he was the first one.
I mean, he may not be the forever main character or whatever, but in this chapter, he is at minimum.
Okay, so there's a difference between point of view and main character. So the point of view character is whatever character you see things through. Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson is always the POV character. You always see things through his eyes. Well, most of it. There's like a story or two that's different. Like it's always, if you see things through Sherlock Holmes' eyes, it's just because Sherlock Holmes is telling Watson the story. So we know that Sherlock Holmes is the main character because he's the one who does all the stuff. He tries to do stuff, fails or succeeds, and his actions matter the most. And but when you're in the thick of it on something like this, where you can't see the whole picture of, like, I can't see the whole picture of who the main character is yet. You go, who is the first person to start with? They didn't get killed off or sidelined right away like a prologue. He still pretty much keeps going. Like you said, the person, not always, but often the person who is now, that kind of stuff centered on is really good. But mostly what you have to go with is whose choices matter most. And what we've consistently seen is that Dave's an idiot, and Rose is kind of like also just, but Rose is supporting John. Dave is supporting
Rose.
Yeah, Dave is supporting Rose. Dave talks to John. We don't see, and like Jade does things for John. Like, the reason Jade does stuff is to make sure John has the stuff he needs later on.
I think I will tie this back in with another point I will say later.
Okay.
Sorry, I just was like, oh wait, haha, I have a thing that will go with this.
I have a thing too. I was like, wait a minute. If John is the main character, then
And
it's
these
almost like Rose is the Jade is the future, Rose is now, and Dave is past. Almost always. Maybe not, but like as POV timelines.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Rose occasionally will go way back in the past, but Dave himself has not gone way back in the past yet himself.
Okay.
So I think because we had the whole suddenly it's snowing outside for Rose stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think they like occasionally switch off, but the amount they'll go back is different.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, stuff there's sliding around in time, and that's very cool.
Yes.
I guess that we can be sure of. The rest is conjecture at this point. Conjecture at this point.
Something at this point.
Yes. Okay.
Anything you wanted to say else on this page?
No.
Okay. Then, oh yeah, the tent. John makes a tent in this room, and I was like, this is the whimsical version of making a terrible fart.
Yes, I did too. I was like, I'm not sure why he's doing this. Wait, I know. Because like this is a place to play and not a place to be safe. Or to try and be safe and fail.
Yeah. Or this is not something being used for an action the same way Dave's had been.
Yeah. Also, John is smiling.
Yes.
It's very cute.
It is. John is the one who gets to do cute things, I guess, right now. Oh, also, John's standing on Wise Guy right now.
It's a big book. He needs the extra inches.
He's very short, yes.
Okay.
Also, the little ghosts look like salamanders.
Sorta, yeah.
Salamander.
Or like tadpoles.
Yeah. Aha! Herpetology.
Herpetology. Okay. 25, 17.
17. I got 18.
Okay. 25, 17. I went, why are those things plunging to their doom, and why did Rose toss them out the window?
Oh, that's 16.
Oh, 16. Okay. Sorry. But at any rate, supposedly Rose is in control, and
she is not approving of this whimsical shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
She's like,
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. She's like, stop fucking around, John. You have things to do.
It's the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, did I have anything to say on that? Oh, but what's John gonna sleep on now? And it's like, because that's it. That's John's sheet. It's gone off into the void. The fuck is he gonna do for sleep now? Be cold. I mean, technically it got John to do the next thing, but also that's not very, preparation smart thing, I guess. Anyways. 18 or 17. Do you want to do 17?
Nope. I don't have anything.
Then 18. John is carving up all of the dowels. He specifically has carved up the pogo ride and the hammer so far, but he places like little cards on top of them to be like, hey, this is what this specific dowel is for. And I was like, yeah, that's smart. I would have done the stupid thing and been like, shit, which is which? Well, it's a mystery.
A mystery.
Indeed.
Okay.
Next thing for me is 20.
We're getting a lot of really slow, like through this progression of here are the individual steps to take the punch card thing and turn it into something else. Like first we got to make the totem. Let's show them how to make the totem. Then we're going to take it over to the alchemizer and put the totem in there and then do stuff with that. So we get it. We have slowed down the action sequence to be very, very discrete, separate steps because we don't want to confuse the reader.
Yeah.
I just thought that was pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
This is not the funniest sequence ever, but at least it's clear.
Yeah. It's very informative. And it can be used as something as a base block later.
Yeah.
Specifically wanted to note on page 2050 to 20, 20, we see the anthem is secretly an inventory for Rose because she picks up the totems, each of them being the pogo stick, the hammer, etc., etc. I was like, oh, hey, that's a neat way for the, in this case, Rose, the server player, to be able to have an inventory themselves in case of shenanigans. I was like, "Ha, game thing."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Next thing for me is 21.
Go for it.
Okay. This was a minor thing of oh, I didn't realize Rose was the one who started this whole alchemizing things in the first place. It's not very silly, but she's the one who gets things started, kind of thing. Also, there are two imps up here who look very basic.
Yep.
Sad.
What I noticed was that the alchemizer for the grist, it says you decide to use shale since it seems less generally useful than build grist as of now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this opens up questions. I don't know when you can use shale grist and when you have to use build grist because you're building things. Maybe I'm just taking this too literally. Obviously, yes, but I'm not sure how it differs.
Oh. Also, the cards, I think it's individually for each of them might be 10 shale. And there's on the corner up here 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a stack of a stack of several hundreds of shale being used, or maybe not several hundred, at least 100.
It's 10, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so she's using something she doesn't fully understand to do things because she's like, this isn't useful for now, so I'll use it on this other thing.
I think it's just one shale grist per card and 10 total because it says one grist per card. So on 25.
I completely missed that.
Yep.
All right. Then my next thing is on 25.
25, 22 I have.
Okay.
Make sure I'm on the right thing. Okay, yeah. John goes, "Whoa, did you make all of these in that pestalog?"
Being the cards.
Right. Rose goes, "Yes. Sweet, thanks. What did you do with all the blue wobbly vase looking things? I brought the totems out to the alchemizer to test them, and I'm taking some things into my own hands to save some time." John, okay. That is like the least egotistical thing ever. Like, he's like he's having his world kind of controlled by his friend, and he's just like, "Cool." Yeah. I just was like, how many people would do that?
Yeah, no. He's a very go with the flow kind of guy.
Yeah, he's very direct. Hammer.
Oh yeah, this will save some time. Sure, have at it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you yourself would be freaked out by someone doing that to you. I probably would be like, this is a bit creepy, but sure, I guess, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd be freaked out, but I'd probably be like, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
It's Rose. Okay. After 25, 23, Rose makes a hammer for 2 build grist. Why are
we making these things?
No. Why are hammers build grist and capture log cards shale grist? That's where I was like, confused. Anyway.
I'm not sure, but at minimum you use hammers to build things. But
yeah, well, 25, 24, the pogo ride, 5 build grist, 1 shale grist. You're not using the pogo thing to build anything.
Oh, it might be objects are not part of the game system, so they need to be built. But the game system, like the cards, which would be only made by the game, I guess, could be things that were only need the shale. So like mystical versus reality, I guess.
The pogo thing. Okay, that would suggest that later on the pogo thing becomes some sort of mystical bullshit.
I'm not allowed to say anything. Okay, sorry, right. Whether it's true or not.
We'll table that, but all right.
That's the closest I've got to a guess.
Okay. Yeah, one of the imps takes the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on 25, 24, and moving on to 25 unless you got something else.
Have at it.
Oops, I'm way behind on my screen. Okay, 25, 25. The random totem produces a rocket pack with a cinder block violin and flower pot kind of interleaved with the rocket pack, which makes it useless. The whole teleport, teleport through solid object thing is occurring here. When it appears, it knocks one of the imps and the pogo off the platform.
Oh no, the imp was already jumping with the thing.
Okay.
He just got boosted off.
Yeah, he was, but it explodes. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
so it sort of acted as a rocket booster.
It does in fact smack the other imp though, or at the very minimum it frightens him.
Yeah.
Anyways, it appears in a burst of blue, like an explosion, which the other ones do not. This one also uses more shale than Buildgrist as well. If we're going by mystical things, then I assume that it costs more shale because of the whole being blue mystic pachoo kind of thing, or explosion thing, or is shown that way.
Wow. Okay, so it's -4 build and -8. So it's pretty complex.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Anyways, seeing that, this is the thing of where I was like, oh hey, I think this counts as the John thing, or a thing to talk about specifically with John.
Okay.
One, this looks like a goal. This is a fucked up thing that could lead to a really cool thing if you figure out how to fix it.
Oh, yes. Side quest.
Yeah. It also appears specifically with the whole blue explosion thing. And I think this leads once again to the whole John being associated with blue, like the whole blue apple, blue blah blah blah. But B, a lot of John's luck seems to be focused. You're like, somehow he keeps getting the good things kind of thing. Because this looks like a very useful good thing. It's almost as though the game is specifically rewarding him for being silly stuff. He was like, yes, I'm just going to press a bunch of random things, and now he gets the reward of side quest. Meanwhile, if someone else, like a real life person, did that, they would get something they're like, I don't even know how I could use this kind of thing. It seems to be all the things are stacked in his corner, even though he probably won't see it that way. Which obviously could lead to the whole protagonist thing. But I also think it's once again leading to the whole John put this world as the rule is if it is silly, it works, with the whole Harlequin thing. So he did the whole I'm going to be silly here, and here it is working. Just was like, neat. It
Very
all comes
cool.
back together.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, also wanted to note that the flower pots, it reminds me a lot of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the whole
whale and the pot of petunias.
And this being combined, yes, being combined with the rocket pack, which would assumedly go up, and it's being stuck in that. Anyways, that's what I have on this page.
Okay.
My next thing is 29. I don't know if you got that far.
26, Rose squishes in the broken rocket pack. 27, John collects the capsulog cards. I thought the technique that John used to get the cards to be part of his deck instead of just held inside one of his cards was very cool. He grabs the wise guy and puts it in slot 1. Then he picks up the cards. Wise guy moves to slot 2. Then he picks up the PDA. He only has 2 card slots left, which ejects wise guy and moves the cards to slot 2. Then he picks up wise guy again. The cards eject from the slot, but before they can appear in real life in the game, they become part of the Sylladex, and the PDA moves to slot 2. That's fucking brilliant, and it's very direct. Like here's a little piece of John going, I don't know how he fucking noticed or conceived of the fact that there would be a difference between you don't just eject things from your Sylladex. There is like a phase transition. There are other steps that can occur in between those 2 events. I don't know how he picked up on that. No idea, but he did, and acted like it was kind of a basic thought, and it wasn't.
That's kind of how John goes.
Yeah, using a little strategy. Like Where did you pick up that? What did you extrapolate that strategy from? You have minimized how brilliant this is.
I mean, we're not like completely out of our minds of like, how did you think of this? Because we've seen him throwing all of this shit before again and again and again. So we're like, oh yes, something will happen when he does the throwing thing. And in this case, it's used for strategy.
Right.
So neat.
Yep. Anyway, that was it. 2528 was my last page.
Okay.
Oh,
I mislabeled a thing. Then I got 28 then.
Okay. The reader, or whoever that is, tries to get John to solve his ejection problems by turning on his conflict resolution switch. This worked with Dave, but John can't solve his problems the way that Dave does because he has a different data structure. And I think that is a cool metaphor.
Yes. I was wrong. I do, in fact, have it on 29, which is the next page, so I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Yeah, I just stopped here because I was like, wait, brain full. Let's process.
Okay.
Need sleeps before talks. That's enough.
Yes. All right. Anything else you want to make note of before we shenanigans, I guess?
Oh,
wait, I already drank my coffee.
I don't think so. I think that's like I talked about the things that I thought were important as they came up.
Yeah. This has been the trauma episode, and we talked about that at the time.
Yeah. This is the trauma episode.
Yes. It's nice having John as a break of
100%.
It probably wasn't thought of that at the time because I remember a lot of bro used to be thought of in a nicer way back in the day.
How?
This was a lot of teenagers who did not realize that their family might have been abusive.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yes. So, a lot of comics back in the day used bro as not necessarily an abusive asshole, as we're like, we as adults can recognize that, sorry. But more so we're like, oh, he's messing with his brother kind of thing. This must be teasing. And they made a whole character based off of that. And he's fanon bro is a lot nicer than canon bro as his way. So it's interesting to be coming back to all of this and being like, my thoughts on fanon bro are definitely being like thrown out because I was thinking that fanon or canon bro here in the beginning would have been more minor, as in less obviously, oh, this is abuse kind of thing. I know later on that this will be looked at as abuse kind of thing. And so everyone's perception as they grew up had changed and stuff because this was over like 7 years for a comic. And so people could finally realize that. But seeing it being like, even here at the beginning, oh, wow, okay, kind of thing. So it's a small dissonance for me, and I'm like, whack.
Yeah, but that kind of reflects how it works in real life too. Is you're like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it's not that bad. You want to be charmed because someone says this person is charming, and you trust the person who says this other person is charming, and so you're just kind of already primed to think of that person as being somehow good. And then you just never change your opinion until it is far too late. Yeah.
Because we work as a social species. If we can't trust each other, then the social doesn't work.
Right. But once you have broken with that pattern, it becomes and you have accepted that you have to take, like, you can't just see that somebody is bad. You have to take steps about it. Once you've broken with the pattern of going along to get along in a society, and you go, no, there's just no way this is going to work out well, and I need to get out, or you need to take steps to actually mitigate what's going on. And then it becomes just blatantly obvious. Like, don't.
Yeah.
Normal people don't do that.
This reminds me a lot of, we talked about this when I was younger, the whole having tool sets thing, mental tool sets. A lot of younger people will not have these kind of tool sets to recognize this. They instead have the tool of, oh, this is someone I trust, and this is someone I trust, they trust kind of thing, as you were saying. They don't have the whole tool to recognize this is what I should do when something is bad, that kind of thing. Because when I was younger, I remember a lot of the people I used to be friends with also had abusive situations happening to them, and they said it out loud, hey, there is a thing that is wrong, and I was like, I genuinely don't know what to do. I don't have that tool set to be able to help you, kind of thing. And at the time in my mind, I was like, I can't help you. Maybe you should talk with someone who would be able to help you, like an adult and stuff. But now that I've grown up and have had more tool sets added to me, I can see why they didn't talk with an adult. They talked with a fellow peer who might not have that same tool set. Because, you know, adults don't always do the best thing on that kind of situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if we will see that sort of situation happening with Rose and Dave talking with their friends. Of being like, I'm going to talk about this situation and we can be learning this tool set of, hey, this is abuse, that kind of thing. But I think if that does happen, it'll be interesting to see how it works out, whether better or worse kind of thing.
One of the most healing things that you can do for trauma isn't necessarily talking it out, though. It's just being around people who are like, yes, you are you, and that is okay. Okay, this one part went too far, but I'm just here to hang out with you. Like, that's pretty much just what fixes it. There are other things that have to go down to go with it. And like, you kind of have to get away from the situation. You can't just be like, I'm hanging out with my friends and they make me feel better. Yeah. You also have to get out. But like, the whole point of a lot of talk therapy is just to recreate the experience of someone who listens to you uncritically and asks you questions that make you criticize yourself. But anyway, yeah, just having, like, in case anybody listening is like, oh God, I'm in this situation and I don't even know what to do, reaching out to somebody is vital, not because they will solve your problems, but because they will tell you that you are a person. Even if you don't feel like a person. I know tons of people like, hello, I am one of the olds of the Gen X thing, and I still run into people all the time that are like, yeah, I'm not a person. And I felt that way myself. I don't anymore, but I've been through the process of putting things back together. And just having people that I can reach out to for stupid jokes.
You don't need to be talking with other people specifically for the purpose of trying to fix yourself or having them listen to you talk about your trauma or whatever. It can literally just be like, hey, I like your Roblox character. Will you be friends with me? And you just talk about Roblox the whole time. That can help you too.
Yep. As long as it's an authentic engagement where you're not pretending to be somebody you're not.
Yeah.
And I think Dave, to go loop back to Dave, doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know how to be himself.
Yes. So, as seen with the irony layers, yet he has not yet left the situation that is dangerous for him to be not irony layers.
His survival depends on being able to convince himself that none of this is actually dangerous because his brother has all of the resources to keep him alive.
Yes. Even if he's not feeding him, literally. So he first needs to leave this situation to be able to peel back layers to be himself. I think he'll still forever be irony layered and stuff. That's A, kind of become part of himself, and B, it's really hard to let go of that kind of thing.
Also, it's kind of cool.
It is. It's a good characteristic thing.
Yes. It just, like, some perspective about it would be nice.
Yeah. Being able to choose for yourself. Yes, I can be a person will be good for him.
Okay, good.
I don't know if we will see that. Sorry.
I'm just like, as long as it's not this bad the whole way through or worse, that would be nice. Please don't make this a trauma comic. I mean, it will be, but it won't be, but it will be. But it won't be. As long as it's not like, we're going to grind this into you.
Anyways, point being, we will see interesting things in the future. I don't think it's going to be trauma comic the whole way through.
Good.
but I do think there are definitely going to be points that poke at us specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
I just won't be reading these live and on camera for the first time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't doing that anyway, so.
Right, exactly. So I think that wraps things up for today.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And see you next time.
Goodbye.